homemade cinnamon buns with cream cheese icing. Let me show you how. Hey guys, come along with me to make some homemade cinnamon buns. So the first thing you're going to need is 3/4 cup of warm milk. Put that in my bowl. Then you're going to want 1/4 cup of white sugar. Already pre-measured everything, so I'm going to put that in there. Then you're going to want 2 1/4 teaspoons of dry active yeast. I'm going to take my bowl off, and I'm just going to whisk that really well. And I'm just going to let it sit on my counter to activate for about 5 minutes. Let it sit for 5 minutes, and now I'm going to put the rest of my ingredients in. So you need 1/4 cup of melted butter. Then you're going to need 1 egg, 1/2 teaspoon of salt, and you're going to need 2 3/4 cups of all-purpose flour. I'm just going to put this in here. I already have that pre-measured. Makes my life easier. Okay, so I'm going to put this in my mixer for 5 minutes and let it mix. All right, so I let my dough knead in the mixer for 5 minutes. I'm going to take it out. I'm just going to knead it by hand until it gets nice and soft. I am so excited because this is the first time I've made homemade cinnamon buns. All right, so now you're going to take some oil, I have canola oil, and I'm just going to grease the bottom of my pan a little bit, and I'm going to put this in here. I'm going to cover it with a damp cloth, and I'm going to put it in my oven with the light on for about 1 hour to 1.5 hours, and I want it to at least double in size. All right, guys, my dough has risen. I let it rise for about 1.5 hours. This dough is beautiful. All right, so I'm going to roll it out into a nice rectangle. Okay, try to get this into like an evil, no, not evil, into an equal rectangle here. And then we are going to take 3/4 cup of softened butter. I'm going to take this, kind of just spread it around on the dough. Probably be quicker to just use my hand, which it is. Okay. Take 1.5 cups of brown sugar, which I have right here, and we're going to just evenly distribute this all over. Sprinkle this in. We're going to take cinnamon, and we're going to distribute that, sprinkle. All right. Then we're going to take this, and we're going to fold it, and we're going to roll it. I'm going to kind of seal this up a little bit. Take some oil. We're going to grab whatever pan you're going to cook them in. Grease that. Okay, so I'm going to put them in the pan. So I ended up with 14 of them. So I'm going to cover this, and I'm going to preheat my oven to 350 and let these rest for about 1/2 hour so that they can rise a little bit. And then we are going to pop them in the oven at 350 for about 25 minutes. I let these rise for another 1/2 hour. I'm just going, the recipe calls, it says that it's optional, but I'm putting a little bit of heavy whipping cream over the top. So I'm just going to try it because I've never made them like this. So let's do it. Just drizzle. It doesn't really say how much drizzle. Okay, so it's going to go into the preheated 350-degree oven for 25 minutes. I'll let you know if I do longer, less time. We have about 7 minutes until our cinnamon buns are done. So we're going to make a cream cheese icing. So I have 2 ounces of cream cheese and 1/2 cup of butter, which is a full stick. I softened it a little bit, but you're going to see that I did not melt it. And then you're going to do a pinch of salt, which I already put in there. And then you're going to take vanilla extract, and you're going to do about a teaspoon of that. Okay. And then we are going to mix this together till it becomes creamy. Once you feel like it's at the right creamy consistency, it should look something like that. Then we are going to add a cup of powdered sugar in there. And I'm just going to kind of mix this in before I turn my blender on so that it doesn't end up going everywhere. And you're going to, before you start blending, you're going to take some milk and you're just going to drop about a teaspoon in of milk, give it a mix. And how much milk you use is going to depend on your desired consistency of what you want for your glaze. I'm going to say that I want a little bit more milk in there. A teaspoon of milk. Okay, I think I want just a little bit more milk. I don't want it to be like really runny, but I also don't want it to be super thick either. I want it to be nice and spreadable once the Cinnabons come out. It's like a pretty good consistency right there. This is going to be so good. All right, so my frosting is ready and waiting for them to come out of the oven. I let my cinnamon buns cook for 25 minutes on the dot and they came out perfect. They look so good. So we are going to take this cream cheese frosting and we are going to spread it all over. This looks phenomenal. Like my mouth is watering looking at these. Oh my gosh, when I say these things smell so freaking good, I'm not joking. These cinnamon buns, oh my gosh. I may need a fork for this, but screw it, why not? These are so good. As always, guys, thank you for watching and follow along if you want to see some more cooking videos. Bye.